Okay, hello everybody. Hello, hello. Let me know if you can hear me. We are live for Tuesday Talks. Tuesday Talks, we are live. Let me know if you can hear me. If you can hear me, give me a big thumbs up here. Okay. Go live. Let's see here. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Give me a thumbs up if you can. Give me a comment if you're on watching right now. Just going to double check my Instagram, make sure this is actually coming through live. I think it might be muted actually. So we'll try that. Make sure that's actually working. John George says he can hear me. Perfect. Great. Appreciate you guys. Andy's on, says he can hear me. I don't know if anybody's following me on Instagram, but if you guys are on Instagram on John Buys Houses, I'm just curious if it's actually coming through, the audio is coming through. On my end, it's hard for me to tell if it actually is connecting on Instagram or not. So if anybody is watching from Instagram, I'd love it if you can give me a thumbs up. Let's see, where are we at here? A couple of things. First of all, welcome. If you're watching here for the first time and you're watching or you're a repeat customer, as they say, glad to have you. Okay, I got somebody here that's saying let me see if I can, let's see, can you hear me? Can you hear me? We haven't done Instagram before. All right, so we're just double checking. Can you hear me? I want to make sure everybody that's on right now can hear me. Thank you guys. All right, sorry for saying all that stuff. We're just going to go ahead and get us in the mode here. Okay, Vitaly says yes, loud and clear, can hear me. John George says he can hear me, and okay, we got a couple others. Andy, loud and clear, he says. Perfect, guys. Thank you so much. All right. Okay, and then Edward's watching on. That's going to be Eddie. And I'm assuming that's old Eddie and Jason that are watching. Says proximity event put us on game. Love that. Guys, we've had so much good feedback from the proximity event, not necessarily, about the event itself, but the momentum that a lot of people gained coming out of the proximity event. So I love hearing that. Edward, I call you Edward because that's his Instagram handle, but it's Eddie. Eddie, I'm hearing a lot of good things about you too, bro. I hear you out there connecting with people, helping people. I know you've been hooking up with Kai. You guys have been looking at some stuff, talking about things. So I love that. Appreciate that. A couple of things. I have a Zoom meeting with a lender and a potential development partner back east, somebody from the Owners Club group that we scheduled last week. And unfortunately, because of the scheduling for Owners Club, we have a Zoom meeting that starts at 3:30 today. And I have a call with this guy before that because we both need to be on. We need to chat before the Owners Club Zoom. So I've got to jump off here today right at the top of the half hour mark. So we're going to be doing a short Tuesday Talks today, and I want to make the most of my time today. So I want to talk to you guys specifically about the Squat Up Summit. Just a couple of the things that I had a takeaway about, and I really wanted to share some things with you from that, specifically from Squat Up, that I think were really cool. Some things that if you were able to be there, then you know this. But if you weren't able to be there, some things I would like for you guys to be able to get a hold of and actually get value out of. So here's what I'm going to do while everybody's jumping on here still. I've got one of my video clips from Squat Up Summit. It's uploading right now. And I've got a couple of minutes. I'm going to actually try to bring on this video. Let's see here if I can do this. I'm going to pull this up. I'm going to do picture in picture. Guys, if I can get this to work, I think you're going to really enjoy this. I just got to see if I can actually get the thing on the screen. So I'm going over here to my media slot, and I need to bring in a video. Cancel that. All right, so bringing in some media, different media stuff. Um, guys, if you guys were at Squad Up Summit, I'm not sure who is actually there. If you guys were there, I'd love to hear from you, or if you heard feedback from it, go ahead and make a comment in the comment section. I'd like to hear from you what you guys actually got out of it. If you heard any good feedback, while you're doing that, like I said, I'm just trying to get this media to load up here. Let me see if I can get it on here, guys. Give me 1 second. I think you're going to really appreciate this if I can get this to work. This is a clip from Dean Graziosi. And by the way, if you guys know who Dean Graziosi is, give me a comment in the chat. Give me a yes or a no. Let me know if you actually know who Dean is. I'd love to hear from you guys if you guys know who Dean Graziosi is. I always look at it like Dean is the short guy that works with Tony Robbins, right? Is that how most of you know him? Curious if you guys know who Dean Graziosi is. I'm working on getting this thing loaded here, so give me 1 more second. Really want to be able to show this to you guys. Boy, these video clips, it's kind of hard to show here. Okay, let's see here. Let's go. Intro. Oops, that's not what we wanted. Okay, this might be more trouble than it's worth, but it should be fairly simple. There it is. Okay, now it's loading. Now it's actually uploading. Must be MP4. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to have this ready to go next week when we do Tuesday Talks, because I apparently don't know how to do the right kind of format. So, but the clip that I was going to show you, and I will show you guys next time, is a clip from Dean Graziosi starting about his first $1 million deal. And it just, it's so simple, and yet it just blew my mind. So he takes about 5 minutes, and he said during the Squad Up Summit, when he gave his keynote session, he said that he'd actually never talked about this, in a public setting in the big stage before. So it was pretty cool to actually get to see him draw it all out. I'm going to have that ready for you guys next time. And it's actually a really, really amazing just concept. For obviously, Dean Graziosi is not strictly just a real estate guy anymore. He does a lot of different stuff, but he talked about how he got his start in the real estate space, and he actually, he got to start in the auto body, but eventually started doing real estate. And this one real estate deal actually netted him $1 million. And I want to show you guys how that worked, because I want you guys to be aware of the fact that there are opportunities out there that can actually net us large chunks of money if we just know, number one, kind of what to be keeping an eye out for, because if you're not aware of it, then you walk right by an opportunity every day, right? So number one, be aware of the opportunities, but then number two, know how to go about solving the problems that usually come along with big opportunities. You have to understand that big opportunities almost always come with big problems. Okay. So big opportunities come with big problems. I want you to give me some feedback in the chat, in the comments, if you understand that big opportunities come with big problems, right? Somebody say big problems equal big opportunity in the comments, because the reality is that the big opportunities that a lot of us are waiting for, or we really hope will happen to us, they're not out there just like, it's not like it's just going to walk into these things every single day of your life, and they're going to just show up and be like, yep, here I am. Now, every once in a while, you might get lucky, as people use that term, right? They say even a blind squirrel finds a nut every now and then. Okay. So the idea, though, is that big opportunities are usually going to come with a price tag, and that price tag isn't always going to be monetary. A lot of times it's going to be solving people problems. And so I thought one of my biggest takeaways from Squad Up Summit was the little part where Dean talked about in his keynote session. And it was really great. I think he did 10 things that he wished he would have learned sooner. So I'll probably go through some of those things and actually post them in the comments. But yes, Dean, actually, thank you, Monica. I see you posted that there. Big problems equals big opportunities. So Dean actually talked about how he solved a really big problem, and actually ended up netting $1 million in cash on a real estate deal, on one real estate deal. So, and it wasn't like you're thinking right now. You're thinking, oh, it was a commercial property or it was some kind of crazy thing. It was actually just a residential piece of land that he picked up, and then the property next to it he acquired too through solving problems. And it was really, really cool to hear him talk about it. But that was probably one of the biggest things for me, is just realizing, guys, we're in the right business. If we're in the people business, if we're in the people business, we're going to be in the problem solving business. Did you hear what I just said? We're in the right business if we're in the people business. What do I mean by that? I mean, any business that does not involve people is probably not even really a business to begin with, right? I mean, I don't even know what a business would be that doesn't involve people. But let's just be realistic here. When you're dealing with people, right? And that's where most business is going to take place. Is going to have people involved in it one way or the other. And when we're dealing with people, especially if we expect to make large chunks of money, we have to be in the problem solving business. So the people problem solving business is really what we're in, and it's a great business to be in, and there's a lot of great opportunities. So I've got that clip. I've got it queued up. I'm going to have to change the format to MP4 so I can actually share this. I really wanted to share it today, but anyway, I wanted to find out from you guys what your feedback was. I wanted to find out who's coming to the PDX REI group meetup. I know that we have several people from the Sub 2, the Gator community, the top tier TC communities that I talked to in Dallas at Squat Up Summit. If you're new to this whole real estate space, Squat Up Summit was the big event hosted by Pace Morby, one of my mentors, and several of you know about Pace, and then Jamil Damji, one of my other mentors. Those two guys have collaborated. They've squatted up, and they've been doing that for years. But they started holding this big event last year. They did it in Orlando, Florida. This year it was in Dallas, Texas, and it was absolutely incredible, guys. There was so much good stuff. I'm going to be talking about and actually sharing clips from Squat Up Summit. So not just the one that I just mentioned, but sharing several clips from Squat Up Summit at the upcoming PDX REI group meetup. So if you guys are familiar with the PDX REI group, you know that every third Thursday, so that's every third Thursday, we host an in-person meetup. We do it right there in Beaverton, Hillsboro area at the Amber Glen space there that we have. And it's a fantastic space. We got a big screen. We're going to be posting clips and kind of doing breakdowns of some of the clips, not only of the session, the main sessions that I just mentioned, like with Dean, but also I'm going to be posting some clips from the Owners Club only group. So we had exclusive access to Jordan Peterson. We got to hear Pace kind of do an interview with Jordan Peterson. I was right there at the front table, and just got to sit there and take some really good clips. He talked about so much great stuff. I told my wife, man, Jordan Peterson is a great preacher. So what I mean by that is, man, he spoke about some things that were really stirring, very, very good, in a sense, like very thought provoking, obviously. But I just thought even the way that he presents himself, the way that he carries himself, and the way that he actually put those thoughts out there was fantastic from a guy who is very used to being, in front of people and having, some pulpit time as a pastor. It was actually really incredible to hear and to learn and kind of observe. Jordan Peterson is a great preacher. He just didn't preach the gospel, but he talked about a lot of other really good stuff. And so Monica is saying here, is the third Thursday is April 17th. I believe that's correct, Monica. So if you guys don't know how to do it, I'm just going to tell you real quickly. You go into the PDX REI group on Facebook, and you go into the Facebook community, and right there at the top, it doesn't matter if it's on your phone or on your desktop, there's going to be a couple of tabs for our group. One is the events tab. The other one is featured. Either one of those two spots should have a link to the event for the PDX REI group meetup. So that group meetup is, again, the third Thursday, and it is going to be at 6 p.m. We start at 6 p.m. And Monica is now saying she can't go because she's got practice for Easter service for church. Well, Monica, we understand. That's Easter Sunday's coming up. It's a big deal. And so we will miss you, but we'll be sad that you won't be able to be there. But guys, I have a really great event planned for Thursday night, third Thursday. We have a lot of really good clips I'm going to be showing. We're going to be doing breakdowns. And because we have so many people from the local Portland area, Portland to Salem, Vancouver, we got Robert Harden, we've got Michael Kim, we've got a bunch of people that were there at Squad Up, and I've asked them to be prepared to come and speak at the third Thursday about some of their key takeaways. So guys, I'm trying to take all the great stuff that we got at the Squad Up Summit. I'm going to bring it back, and we're going to try to deliver it in manageable, bite-sized chews, so to speak, from the individual perspectives. And I'm super pumped about doing that. So that's going to be the third Thursday. That's April 17th, Thursday evening, starting at 6 p.m. And of course, as always, we will have food, refreshments, beverages, and things like that for all of you that are registered to go. So if I see your name on the registration list that you clicked the tab and then you clicked going, then I'm going to know that your name is on there and we're going to have you be there. So a couple of things for me. So I do want to talk about me coming back from Squad Up Summit. I am super leaning into the idea of working with other people. So I just wanted to tell you guys about a couple of opportunities that I've got. I have a fantastic opportunity on a couple of subject to deals that I think would be really good for co-living. So if you guys are interested in working with me on a co-living deal that where you want to chip in a little bit of money and be a reciprocant beneficiary of the money that comes from setting up this co-living, I've got a couple of leads right now that I'm working on. And the reason I'm talking about doing it together is because I kind of had a little bit of a, I don't want to say an epiphany, but I had a little bit of a realization that I've been a part of the Sub2 community literally since day one. And I've been around this whole community that Pace Morby has built. I've been a part of Astro Flipping since 2018, and I have not done the work that I should be doing in working with other people. So you guys understand that I really was trying to get PDX REI group to people to really get into some deals this year. And I kind of had a little bit of an epiphany moment where I realized I'm not personally working with enough people in the community that I'm already a part of, right? So I'm a part of Sub2. I'm a part of the Astro Flipping. I'm a part of TTP. And I realized I've been going to those places for 5-6 years now, some of them 7 years, looking at them as more of a resource for learning as opposed to a place for collaborating. And even though I've done a lot of deals with people in the PDX REI group, I personally have not been doing deals with people in the communities that I'm a part of. So this year I'm resolved. One of the things that I'm doing is I'm taking my goals and I'm saying I want to bring other people in, or I want to get in on other people's deals if they're looking for partnerships, if they're looking for collaborations. I want to be a part of that, right? And so there's a ton of great deals in the Sub2 community, ton of great deals in Astro Flipping, and I'm actually looking forward to being a part of doing some deals together with people in the communities I've paid to be a part of. And I want to take that mentality and I want to bring it back to all of you. I want to do deals. I want you guys to be doing deals together in the PDX REI group, in the TV REI group. If you guys are part of the Treasure Valley Real Estate Investors community or the Portland Real Estate Investors community that we've created. And by the way, this is your community too, right? This isn't my group. This is your group. So you guys, I want you guys to be looking for opportunities to do deals together. That's the whole idea of Squad Up Summit, right? I mean, wouldn't we say that Squad Up, the whole mentality, the whole idea about it? Maybe you're like, I don't really know what it is. Well, if you did, you would know that the culture there is to encourage collaboration. Monica just posted this. There should be a link. This should be the link to sign up for PDX. Yeah, okay, perfect. Thank you. So there's a link right there. There's the one. If you guys just want to snapshot that, then you can just copy and paste it. Thank you, Monica, for doing that. Guys, the PDX REI group monthly meetup is really just kind of a small snapshot of what we get in the Sub2 and the Owners Club community, and bringing it back into our local communities. So I am planning on, I expect that we're going to have Robert Kim there. We're going to have Michael Kim there, Robert Harden, some of the heavy hitters in the Portland area that are from Sub 2, particularly from Owners Club. And then we're going to be talking about just some of the takeaways, right? What were the key takeaways? What were the things that Robert learned? Because isn't it interesting how you can have two people sitting in the same room listening to the same thing and both get totally different things, right? So I'm excited to actually hear from the other people in our local Portland-based community what exactly it is that they came away with, because I want to hear from them. And I'm looking forward to being able to speak and to share some of the clips that I have. So that's going to be really cool. And then also another quick announcement, the Treasure Valley Real Estate Investors Group. We've been talking about doing this for quite a while, but without further ado, May 2nd, this May 2nd, we're going to do our first in a long time. We've only done this 2 other times in the last couple of years, but for our first time here in the Treasure Valley area, we're going to be hosting our first real estate investors meetup in 2025. So that's going to be May 2nd. If you guys are in the area, or if you know anybody at all in the Portland area, then we're going to be starting to host a monthly meetup. Okay, Tess is on here. She says yes. Okay, Tess is pumped about this. Tess, by the way, I have your invite for tomorrow's one-on-one. So I actually was trying to get that sent over to you, and it didn't send because I had a conflict on my calendar. So I'll be getting that over to you. But yeah, if you guys are in the Treasure Valley Real Estate Investors Group, that's the TVREI group, go in there and take note. We're going to actually post the details in there, just like we do with the PDX REI group. We're going to have it under the events tab. And I'm super pumped about seeing, starting to build the community literally from scratch here in the Boise area. And I personally feel like we're going to do even better than we did with PDX REI group, because of the fact that we're going to be doing it intentionally. Whereas the PDX REI group literally just started because my mentor said, hey, go out and start a meetup. And I was like, I don't even know how to do that, but I'm going to figure it out. So I went out and started the PDX REI group, and here we are today at Tuesday Talks. We have 2 great communities, one that's established, got over 3,100 members in the PDX REI group. We have people that come out, almost 100, anywhere from 50 to 100 people pretty much every third Thursday. And we're going to be starting to do, I believe we're going to do first Fridays in the Portland area. So May 2nd is going to be in the Boise area, Monica. So if you are, if you're done with choir practice and you did the event at church and everything worked out good, then you can just reward yourself, give yourself a little vacation, and come over here and join us in Boise. So yeah, third Thursday in Portland, first Friday in Boise, and we'll probably be doing that in the Boise, Eagle, Meridian area. I haven't quite nailed that down yet, but I'm working on a couple of locations. Tess, I'd love to have your help with that. So feel free to jump in and make any suggestions. But guys, the Squad Up Summit, I don't want to try to like overplay it or give you FOMO, like, you missed out or something. But I promise you this, if you go to one event next year, I would say make it the Squad Up Summit. Okay. It's not just because I'm a part of the community. It's because as a part of the community, I feel like I need to go there. I got plugged in. I made so many connections. By the way, I got to see Caitlin Beals. So I don't think she's on here today. Maybe she is, but I got to see Caitlin Beals there. She was doing her moving and shaking. She was connecting with people. She's kind of a big deal, right? She's in the Portland area. She came out of the proximity event and she said, I am going to go hard after 10 flips this year. Her goal is to retire her husband through real estate. And so she's well into flip number 1. And I think she's currently working on getting flip number 2 and 3 in the bag. So if you guys know of any good deals in the Portland market, please connect with Caitlin. But she was there at the proximity event. And then for some of you that are in the Legacy Leads training, I've got some really good stuff that is going to help us in what we're doing in Legacy Leads group. So if you guys are in the Legacy Leads group, we're not quite there yet in our training, but when we get into working on the actual deals with the seniors and with the different people that we're going to be connecting with, I got some really great nuggets that I took away from one of the sessions. We had these roundtable sessions, and I was able to get some really good stuff from a guy who's doing something similar, not necessarily with the same demographic as we are, but he's doing the technique in a similar way. And so I was able to chat with him, got connected, and I'm going to have him come in and speak to our group whenever we have that time of our training. So super pumped about everything. We're coming up on just a few minutes. I have to jump off and get on to another Zoom call that I could not reschedule because of being an owners club. So I have to jump off here. But just in the remaining couple of minutes, guys, please, please, please put it on your calendar right now. PDX REI group meetup is this coming third Thursday. So not this Thursday, but a week from this Thursday in the Beaverton Hillsboro area. Details are in the events page, and Monica actually posted it here. So I'm just going to let her. She's got that right there. It doesn't. I don't know if you can actually click on that on your screens, but take a screenshot and you can copy that, paste it into your browser. So third Thursday, April 17th, PDX REI group meetup, and then a first for us in a long time. I think it's been almost 2 full years since we did a meetup here in Boise. May 2nd, that's the first Friday of May. So I think we're going to start doing first Fridays and third Thursdays. But here in Boise, we'll be doing our first meetup. So looking forward to that. Guys, appreciate you. Thanks for joining us today. Feel free to pass the word along about the meetup. And then if you know anybody at all that was at Squad Up and they're in your local area, please have them connect with me. I'd love to get as many people as possible to give a little testimonial about what their major takeaway was from Squad Up Summit in Dallas. Here just happened last weekend. And then I'm going to be talking a little bit about not only Squad Up Summit, but also my day with Pace, where I spent the day with Pace Morby in his office there in Scottsdale. I'll tell you guys about some of the things I gleaned from that, even though I've been around Pace several times and always enjoyed the times. It was still really, really good. Some stuff I got from that time. So appreciate you guys. God bless you, and we'll talk to you soon. Take care.